on. Claude wanted to join in then. Welcome YouTube for another adventure with Clange cooking with Ange, who, as you all know by now, is the Ange of Clange. Hello. Just going to start my Facebook. I'm on my own tonight, people. My Auntie Sharon ain't going to come and join me tonight. Just put that up a little bit for you, so you can actually see me a bit more. There we go. Hello Facebook. Welcome, 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 welcome everyone. We'll just wait for a few seconds. Just get our normal regulars come to join us. So it's been a bit of a hectic day today. Last night's meal, Claude really liked it.
Yeah, I did.
I wasn't as big a fan, to be honest, as I was last night. I think, so last night we had this one, and I think it needed to be chicken really, rather than beef, rather than steak.
Beef was done really well.
For me, it kind of felt like I was wasting steak, and I kind of wanted chips with it, to be honest. And I also felt like the pineapple wasn't really needed in it, and I love pineapple. So tonight, hiya Kate, we have creamy salmon and spinach Fusilloni. So it's a bit of a quickish one tonight, I think. So I'm not going to be on here long for tonight, which I'm kind of happy about. And I'll show you what we've got for tomorrow as well, because tomorrow I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to have plant-based chicken de piazza with crispy onions. So that's what we're having tomorrow night. Hey Kate. It is the Katie that I used to go to school with, isn't it? Just checking, because I think I checked last night and you didn't say, but I'm just checking that I'm not getting it wrong, because I think I do know another Kate Hillier, and I think I used to play rugby with her. I can't remember her last name, to be honest, but hey ho. So first things first, boil a kettle. Well, that's simple enough. Yeah, fab. How you doing, darling? It's been a long time. It's been a real long time, actually. I don't think I've actually spoke to you since school, which was 25 years ago now. So, this is the pasta they've given us. Quite big Fusilloni, to be honest. It's quite a nice amount of pasta for us too as well, because I'm hoping it's going to puff up a bit too, which will be nice. So, I'm getting that in there. Put that aside. Large pinch of salt. As I said before, it's good to hear you're good, chick. It's good. I like it. We're good too, so that's always good. So, I like to use Himalayan pink salt because it's got more vitamins and more minerals than normal salt. You can get this from B&M Bargains, or I think you can even get it in supermarkets now. But it's good salt. It's also the stuff that salt lamps are made out of, Himalayan salt. Bit of a little tip for you there. How you, Mum? Hope you're alright today, darling. So I'm just boiling the kettle. I've got the pasta on the go. I'm just going to turn the oven on. Claude's doing putting the washing out behind me, because that's my most hated job. And I'm just waiting for this kettle to boil now. So I might start heating this pan for heat this pan with olive oil on a medium heat. Once hot, add the salmon fillets. Is that Dad, Mum, and not you? Because you don't say hey up my dock, because you're not from Derbyshire. He's got his own Facebook and he's still using Mum's, eh? right, you live opposite Jackie now. Ah, fab. Me auntie Jackie, eh? Smells alright. It's always good when the fish smells alright. Always good when the fish smells good. Yeah, it is Dad talking, not Mum. Because Mum would never say something like, I'm full of admiration for my husband. So, plenty of boiling water there. Let's turn that on. And then I'm just waiting for this to heat up. Turn it on a bit of a higher heat, get it really hot, shall we? So who else is on? I can see Kate and I can see my mum. Well, my dad. In disguise of my mum. I was quite happy actually because I usually get told I look a lot like my dad. But when I shared the photos of my mum and dad yesterday, everybody was telling me I look more like my mum. Which I was pretty happy about because they're actually saying I look like a woman rather than a man. Love you too, Dad.
You've got both your parents in you.
But Claude reckons I'm a mongrel of both.
You're a hybrid.
Oh, a hybrid. I like being a mongrel of both rather than a hybrid. A mongrel of both.
Well, you said it.
It's not hard to guess it's you, Dad. To be honest, is it? Right, so I'm just waiting for this pan to heat up. I think a lot of this is going to be waiting today because there's not actually much chopping to do today. I think all I've got to do to chop is a lemon and chives today, which is pretty good. Mum's back now. Good. Because then she can call you a dickhead instead of me. Love you, Dad. So what have we all got for dinner tonight then? Mum, Dad, Kate, what have you got for dinner tonight? Anything good? And for those that's missed it, I'm cooking creamy salmon and spinach Fusilloni. Hiya, John. It's good to see you, darling. Hiya, Lynn. It's good to see you too. So that's getting nice and hot now. What have you got for dinner tonight? Come on. Pot noodle. It's food. I just like to cook, so I think it's like, you know, so this salmon has the skin on, and it's saying pull it on the skin down on a high heat. Spittity spits. Gonna turn it down a little bit. Now salmon don't take too long to actually cook, so I know that's not going to take too long to get that going and get that cooked, especially when you fry it. So dissolve the veg stock. We need more water now. Filtered water, people, from the filter. Pizza and garlic bread. Like that, Mark, Dad. So, if you can see this salmon in the pan, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it slightly, it starts to go slightly translucent as it goes up, so it starts to cook. And can you see it going slightly white? That's when you know, when it gets a little bit higher, you know it's going to be cooked on that side, and that's when you know to turn it over. So, I'm going to need to dissolve the stock in hot. Do you still see anybody from school, Kate? English chips, eggs and peas. Cooked in a fryer. Home cooked. Right. I'm just going to have a look at the bottom of this salmon. Skin can actually take quite a bit of heat, whereas the actual salmon flesh can't take as much. But let me turn this round so you can see what I mean by actually cooking up. So, when you're cooking salmon, can you see it just cooking up the side of it? So you can actually see it cooking up the side, which is quite nice. So 150 millilitres of stock. While that's cooking, top the chives. That little swirl around, just going to pop that over here. So I'm actually going to turn these over now because I can see they're getting quite cooked on that side. As you can see, it's quite nice and browned. You can see the skins get quite crispy, nice and browned. It's always good. Start saying, I'm coming to your house for tea. What, mine or John's? You do like your home cooked chips, don't you, Dad? Nothing wrong with decent home cooked chips. It's even better from the chippy because then you don't have to cook it. Just to finely chop the chives, but to a certain extent I don't see the point. I'm just going to turn this heat down and turn it off actually because it's going to be hot enough to cook that, finish cooking that through. If you cook chives too finely, you're not going to be able to taste them at all. They're not going to do much at all, and you'll get a little bit of flavouring from them but not actually be able to taste them. So I quite like to chop them in a slightly, so you get that bit of chew to them. Real chips in the air fryer, fabulous. Not in air fryer though. It's still chips in the air fryer, Dad. Still real chips in the air fryer. It's just a lot less oil, that's all it is. It still crisps them up and still makes them taste nice. If you've never had it, how do you know? As you say to us, mister. Right, so this salmon's now cooked, I can see that already. So it says take it out and set it on a plate. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to turn it back over again. And as you can see, the salmon's quite brown. And it's cooked. So that's always good. No greasy chips. Right. So cut lemon in half. That's not doing much, to be honest. So I'm just going to give that a quick stir up just to get all that sauce, all that stock dissolved. There we go. Just cut lemon in half. And a bit of a tip for you: if you roll the lemon, it loosens all the juice easier. So when you're squeezing it, that's why you've probably seen me making it easier. Cut lemon in half. Get rid of pip. Chop the chives finely. Return to pan on medium heat. Add stock and soft cheese. 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm just going to get rid of that oil because I don't want too much oil in it, even though it is fish oil now rather than anything else. But stock done. And I love the fact they give you these little soft cheese packets. And soft cheese.
All cheese is a winner in your book, isn't it?
All cheese is a winner in my book, pretty much, apart from Stilton or Blue.
You did try that, didn't you?
Although I did like it, and I think my taste has become a bit more refined as I've got older, because
You had the thing with Galley Beach, didn't you?
it wasn't too bad, to be fair. And I never used to like olives, but when we went to Galley Beach in Portugal, we had some olives, and I absolutely loved it.
Was that the sangria incident?
Although we did get rather drunk on sangria.
And then lost in the middle.
And then got lost in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of
Because you
Portugal.
lost the map.
Because Claude went for a wee up a driveway and gave me the map to look after, and we lost the map. The map was a typical tourist map, but it's before you could get GPS on your phone and stuff, so it was a bit... So this is the creamy sauce that I'm making here. So I'm just going to heat that through a bit on a bit of a lower heat, because it tells me to. So that's looking good already. So it's thickened to a single cream-like consistency. Once thickened, wash the spinach and add to the sauce and cook for a further 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm going to wash that now while that's thickening itself up. That pops then, but I don't know which end it pops. There we go. As you know, spinach does wilt down, and it does go quite small once it's actually hot, so that's why they use so much spinach in this. And obviously it's in the recipe too. Obviously. Claude's just sitting in the front room taking the piss. Claude's going to be lucky if she gets any dinner if she keeps taking the piss. Hi Sharon! Hiya Christine! So I'm just waiting for this to thicken up a bit. Which it kind of is now, because you can see gaps sort of appearing when you do things like that. There's a massive hole in the middle, look. So it's starting to thicken up a bit into like a single cream consistency. Me being me, I kind of want to get the cheddar cheese out now and bung some of that in, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to the recipe. That pasta's cooking up nice. Look at that. Can you all see these pasta bits because they're huge? Me likey long time. Wooden spoon. I know, mother, wooden spoon. It's a whisk for a reason. That's the sauce. You use a whisk on a sauce. Wooden spoon for pasta, whisk on a sauce, Missy.
Telling your own mother what to do.
Sorry, Claude?
Telling your own mother what to do.
I know. This is the woman whose adventures are no further than meat and 2 veg. Although she did have garlic bread today. Sorry, Mum. Right, that's going to have to heat up a bit quicker here because otherwise I'm going to be waiting for that and the pasta's going to be ready. Right, this is literally going to be done pretty quickly here, which is quite nice to see. Is that noise doing your head in? Is that why you wanted a wooden spoon? Not in the non-stick pan. Alright, I'll change the whisk over for you. Is that better? And that is really coming to like a single cream consistency now, which I really like. Look at that. It's a little bit longer and then we'll be ready for it. A chef once told me sometimes if you leave a sauce alone, it'll actually thicken on itself. So I'm just going to leave it for a minute and see if that actually happens. Are you cooking with me tomorrow, Sha? We've got this one tomorrow. Are you cooking me with that tomorrow? I bet you're going to use chicken though instead of plant-based chicken. Oh, that tastes good. So let's have a look now. There you go, that's better. Nice thick sauce. So I'm going to add the spinach in now because that's what it says.
How long, darling?
About 5 minutes, baby.
Okay.
I'm just going to... Oops. Wait for that to wilt down. Turn that up a bit because it needs to get hotter now. Drain the pasta, people. Yes and yes. What, you're using chicken or you're using the plant-based chicken? I'm liking these big Fusillinis. Load of steam there for you. I'm just going to pop that there for a moment to let that drain. Pay my attention back to this again, let this wilt down a bit more. Now, if you don't cook much with spinach, you're going to see how quick this actually wilts down. When the heat gets up a bit. Come on. I'm actually really quite hungry tonight. I've not had any lunch today. We didn't have that big a breakfast today, did we, Claude? Really?
Yeah.
I haven't done a scramble it for a while, so I might have to suck it up, buttercup, and make a scramble it tomorrow. Chicken, I thought you might do. So I might make a scramble it tomorrow, and if anyone wants to know what a scramble it is, there's a video on here that you can go and find and have a little watch. Here we go, this is really starting to wilt down now. As you can see, it's halved its size almost, and it'll probably quarter its size by the time it's properly wilted. Da 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 da. See? So you can now see that that's pretty much wilted down to a quarter of its size. Some of it still needs a little bit more. I'm just leaving it on the heat for a little bit longer. Now at this point it's telling me to flake the salmon in. Now I'm going to remove the skin because I don't see the point in flaking if you're not going to remove the skin. Basically. And it's literally flaking apart. As you can see, I'm barely touching this here and it's just flaking apart. Nice and easy. Really nicely cooked as well, which is great. Salmon is one of Claude's favourite fish, and
I like bass as well.
she likes bass as well. Did you say bass or bassa? Bassa. She likes bassa as well. I think that's because we had it the other night. She likes quite a lot of fish, to be honest. Kind of being a lesbian, you're kind of gullible, aren't you, really? She's telling me off, people. That's all the salmon from them. I'm just going to mix that in. So it doesn't look very appetising at the moment, but it does smell really, really good. And I can guarantee this is going to taste good.
Boneless.
Because it's got cheese in it. Of course it's boneless. So that's the stage that we're at the moment. I'm just about to add the pasta in as well. Hiya, Trevor. Not sure if I know you, darling, but welcome. So I'm just about to add the pasta in as well. Give it all a good bloody mix up. Now it says add juice of half a lemon and give everything a good mix. Pip in there somewhere. Watching from Tennessee. Hello, Trevor from Tennessee. Welcome. Thank you for coming. We have some friends in America, not in Tennessee though. I'd love to go to Tennessee at some point. So we usually have a guy called Machete that comes on from Texas. And got some friends in New York. And I've even got an auntie in Chicago. So, you know, I know she watches after. What time is it in Tennessee at the moment? Is it daytime over there? So, here we have our... Before I've got all the chives and everything else on, this is the spinach, creamy spinach and salmon, spinach, sorry, creamy spinach and salmon Fusilloni. I've been told, Trevor, you get quite addicted to this. Oh, it's 11:30 in the morning. That's great. Just in time for lunch then, so you're not going to get too hungry before you get to eat. So, at this point, I'm just going to cut this into quarters. I'm going to just do a bit of tidying up while that's bubbling away for a bit. Gonna get my bowls ready. You know how much I love my bowls. Yeah, we will do. Oh, So usually, Trevor, I think this is the first time you've actually come to watch me live. Usually, some of my times when I'm cooking, I have my Auntie Sharon with me, and I quite often say, if anybody wants the recipes and they want to come on and cook live with me, they're welcome to. So I'm giving you that offer as well, Trevor, as a new friend of the show. Of the show? Of Adventures with Clange, should we say? You're welcome to do that. So, I'm just going to dish this up now. It's quite a filling meal by all intents and purposes.
God.
Claude's happy with that. That's normal. Claude gets a little bit more. Goodness.
Looks like spring's eggs. I've just seen a fly.
You've just seen a fly, so spring's here.
And a bee tried to get as massive as bee ever. I tried to get in the window.
So, put a bit of lemon on the sides. Thank you. And chivy chive. Chivy chive. Done. Fork or spoon or both? So there you have your spinach and creamy salmon pasta. I'm just going to take this to Claude, then I'll come back and get you and we'll do the taste test. Oh, back again. Our house isn't the biggest houses. Not too far to walk, people. Almost knocked the vinegar off the top shelf. So, let me just get settled with Claude. And in case you haven't met Claude before, Trevor, this is Claude.
Hello. That's big pasta.
It is, it's good, isn't it?
So whilst we're watching Red Dragon with Anthony Hopkins in, I'm eating fish, not humans. That's creamy and that is tasty.
Yeah, you like? Fabulous. So, I'm just going to say thank you to YouTube. Thank you for joining us again. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.